Welcome to Journey JavaFX. This is season 1, episode number 7. We are going to work on create a subfolder in file system. The goal will be, we're gonna construct the whole path for that subfolder, and then in the end we create it. All right, let's start. Okay, here is a note for this episode. The plan is pretty simple. First, we need to find, the input path. Say whatever we want to do, we need to find it, right? The value will be in this in text field. And then the second step is we are getting the value from all the rest 3 text field, and then we're gonna construct a full path with those information for the subfolder, and then in the end we're gonna create it. The idea is quite simple. Okay, let's go back to the sim builder. Yeah, so for this one we just repeat the same process. Text out path, hit enter, and this one I'm gonna name it in the same fashion, text prefix. Okay, and for this one it's gonna be text episode number. I call it num. It's just a little bit easier. Okay, and also this new button, we are going to utilize it. On action we're gonna say btn new on action. All right, looks like we already finished, all the stuff for this purpose. So I'm gonna do a save. Now minimize it, go back to fxml. Okay, let's just take a look from top to down. So the first one we see is this, right? Alt path is not available yet. We're gonna create it. All right, it will add it automatically. Second one we are going to need is this prefix thing. Create it, repeat for text episode number. All right, and then the last is this one, the event control. Can create it. So now we have everything in place. Again, on your end you can keep this public thing, no change, but I prefer it's just my thing. Private. All right, at oops. Okay, now everything looks in place. So we get something else from last episode. I'll just share with you one very helpful hotkey. In IntelliJ, if you want to comment out some lines, you can use the key combination like control and slash. The slash is, on your keyboard, the one under the question mark. You have this kind of slash. All right, just the combination is a toggle. For example, for now, I'm using control slash. You see, it's turn it out of the comment. If I don't need them, comment it out. It's a toggle. All right, I found this part is quite helpful. Okay, we're gonna remove this part. So to get all of this, it's quite simple. We're gonna repeat the same process. String out path equals to text out path dot get text. Right, quite simple. And then we're gonna for this kind of string word, it's a data type. In Java world, we gotta use a capital letter S and then string. This one is kind of the data type thing. String. Another one is str prefix equals to text prefix dot get text. Right. The last one will be string. Str episode number stands for txt dot get text. Okay, so now we finish, to extract the value in those boxes, right? Yeah, I'm gonna cheat a little bit because the inbox, I don't want to fill in the value for this box every single time. So I'm gonna do a quick copy paste, something like this. Our source is this one, right? This is the source list. Okay, I'm gonna save the text. Oh, actually, for this purpose, for this episode purpose, we don't even need this in. All right. So for the outputs, I'm gonna create a folder inside of our stuff. Just simulate a new folder, out for demo. Right? This one is simulating my Google Drive public shared folder. But we are not actually creating stuff in that folder. I don't want to mess up the thing for documentation purpose. And then we just use this. Then we're gonna copy paste this path into our out text, not the prompt text. Okay, so now I don't need to input this value every single time I opened up this application. It's not the best way to do it. The best way is we outsource whatever like this to a configure file. You can use either JSON or XML to make it happen. But for now, it's just easier to do it in this way. I'm gonna do a save. Okay, minimize this sim builder. So now we are going to construct this thing. Okay, to make it easier, I'm gonna create another variable called str, say out path full. It's a full name. All right. Yeah, just leave it like that. And we're gonna do this kind of testing stuff, output it, and see what's actually happening behind this. Yeah. For some reason it's like this because of its no value. We can give it a default value, which is a nothing, but it's not null. Null and nothing is different. Okay. Now it's like the thing doesn't even exist. Nothing is like yeah, the thing is there, but it has nothing in it. Yeah, sounds pretty weird, but in computer world, this is the way. Okay, yeah, so now we are going to do something like out path, right? So we're gonna say something like this, string out path full will equal to this. So now we are just testing, what's the result of this thing, right? To test it out, just hit this little green button, the whole thing will run. Okay, and all of this we are saving it in the test button thing. We click on it. All right, we got this. So I'm gonna attach this to the end of it, since this part is just our sample of the output. So I comment it out. So on the same line, if you use this double slash, it's kind of the same thing if you use control slash, right? So if a Java see a double slash, it's gonna assume whatever after it is comments. It means they are just there. They won't be part of the whole execution thing. They are just comments, right? But if you put cursor on this kind of thing you want to comment out, once you click this hotkey control slash, it's gonna comment out the whole line. So this is not what we want, but for now I just manually put it here so we know what kind of a result this thing will come out, right? So next one we are going to concatenate together. So string out path full equals again There is another technique. It's more like plus equal to. It's kind of, you know, a default way of, okay, let me do this. Plus something new, which we're gonna input a slash. And in Java world, if you use the slash in the coding, one slash, it means escape, which is yeah, I talk about it in the future, but for now we need to use double slash. Double slash, when Java see this, all right, this is a slash you want. Okay, you want one, I give you one. You know, this is Java way. All right, so for now we're gonna see how this gonna look like. Let's just kill it. Restart again. Test button. Yeah, we got this. Quite simple, eh? Something like this. The only thing difference is we are attaching this in the end of this, whatever the value it already have. But in this way, we can do it like this. Alt pass full, like plus equal to this. I believe this will give the same stuff. So now we are going to comment out this line, testing out if it works. Let's kill it. All right. Yeah, it works in the same way. All right. So this is the kind of shorthand way of doing this. But instead of, you know, doing this one by one, we can also, all right, let me just do it in the old way. Pass full, oops, plus equal to, what else we need to concat? The prefix, right? str prefix. All right, let's test it out again. Oh, I forgot to put in the prefix. My bad. So for now, I'm gonna put this like a Java journey JavaFX. Right? This is the prefix I use in my dashboard. Control S, save it, minimize it. Let's run it again. Now we have the prefix thing. All right, we got all of this. So then looks like, yeah, we are pretty much close to it. And for demonstration purpose, again, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna say S1E1 or whatever. Yeah. So, oh, not this window. Computer. In the text part, S1E1. All right. Save it. It just, you know, simulate. I put in it manually, but I'm just lazy to do it. So now we're gonna do another concatenation. String alt pass full plus equal to the, what's that called? str app num, right? So now we are expecting the full pass to be constructed, right? So run it. Yeah, we have all the values in it. Test it. Perfect. This is what we get in the end. Right? This way is kind of a little too much. So what we can do to make it even shorter, right? So we can just copy paste this part and concatenate the whole thing, right? We are merging. Okay, let me do this. Yeah. str output out pass full equal to this plus this. The reason why I'm doing this is more like, you know, for those of you, if you are already a you know, a Java developer, you already know all of this, and you could be, you know, much better than me. So, but the reason why I'm doing this is more like, you know, for those of you who are new to this kind of thing. All right, I'm just trying to you know, make it for everyone. That's my intention. Okay, and also you can do it this like this. In this way, it's more like we are declaring a variable. In the same time, we're giving the whole thing, we give the value to it in the same time. So we can do it in multiple ways, but for now, I will just leave it like this and comment out all of this. So when you are looking at my working files, you will see, you know, why we are having this. Here is the step by step. All right, initially we give it a nothing value. So for now, we test it again, kill it, run it, and a test. Yeah, we get exactly same thing, right? As promised. All right, as promised. So now we have this. The next step will be actually create the folder. To create it is quite simple. Java has a library called files because we are working in a file system, right? We are going to do this files dot create directories, and this is one more thing I want to show you. Whenever we're working on a method, if you want to know more information about it, there are two hotkeys. The first one is Control Q. Just put your cursor inside of the method and hit Control Q. This will bring up a whole kind of documentation. Like, you know, it's pretty long, but it's very informative. Or you can use Control P. Control P is more like, you know, showing you for this method what kind of parameters it's taking in. It's more like, you know, we are asking it to do something, but we need to tell it what exactly it needs, right? Makes sense? So for this one, we're gonna see, okay, it's asking for a path, right? And then it's a directory, right? So for now, we're gonna say, all right, if you're asking for a path, we probably give you a path. Right? So to create a path object, it's quite simple. We can say path. I think it's path. Yeah. Let's say path PATH. Yeah, that's the path. The first one, the capital P, is the data type. We are creating a path type thing, and the second lowercase path is the path variable itself. All right, so we're gonna be say path is get path through URL, and then this part we're gonna put in our string, you know, like out path full. All right, this one will create a path object because this create directory thing asking for a path. To fix this red color path, we can say import it, right? And then now it's happy, and then we say path. So now we see a kind of a underline, and when we hover the mouse over it, it will say unhandled exception. It means, you know, for this method to work, for example, if something goes wrong, say we how can I put it? It's more like, you know, in a Windows world, for the folder name, it cannot have those special characters. Let me show you. For example, if I want to create a folder, I want to call it like $signs. Oh, this one worked. My bad. Oh, maybe this kind of slash. You see, when I'm trying to use the slash, the key above your under key and under the erase key, right? If I'm trying to use this path, it's not allowing me to, right? So, and also it doesn't allowing us use this kind of special characters in our file name. So then for this create directory method, if we have a kind of something like this in our path name, then it will throw out a exception. It's more like an error because this thing it's not able to do it. Just understand it in this way. To fix it is quite easy. Just add exception to method signature. It's more like adding in this part. Okay, just to be clear, I take it away. Just look at here. Yeah, you see, throws arrow IO exception. So now we fix everything. We are going to run it, and you will see what this kind of exception looks like. Kill it, run it. All right, we have everything in place. Test it. Perfect. We should see a thing, right? Journey JavaFX S1E1, exactly same as the thing we specified. And now if I try to run this button again, we're gonna see that exception. Oh no, probably by default is overridden. All right, we're gonna handle more stuff. Just to simulate it, let me do this. Close it first, because we are expecting a IO exception, but it doesn't come out. Let's say something like this, plus a something like this, right? Because we know this one is not allowed in Windows file system. So now we run again. We should see a lot of red. Yeah, here it is. This one is called IO exception. For this one, it's quite hard to read. Totally understand that. I feel the same. But we always can find some clue why this is not working. And you see here on this line caused by whatever the file invalid path exception. This one is one of the IO exception. And what's the detailed explanation? Is more like illegal character, something like this, at index 36 or whatever. Yeah, to find it, we can utilizing those links. Usually the one very close to this to the place that caused this issue will be colored in blue, kind of deep blue. So I'm gonna click on it. It will bring me right to the place which line of code causing this exception. All right, so I think we can do a wrap up. Yeah, to create folder, we have like more stuff to taken care of. If I have time, I will list out all those scenarios I can think about in next episode or the future episode. But for now, we know how to concatenate like text or string and how to create the folder, right? And we have seen those IO exceptions. If something goes bad, who knows, right? All right, so yeah, wrapping up this episode. What? Already 24 minutes. All right, see you in the next one.